there, handy friends. We're getting ready to go on a nature walk. Why don't you come join us while we show you some things? And I wanted to show you some flowers that we're finding around here, some wildflowers, and tell you a couple things about them. So this is vervain, or blue vervain, and this is good for digestive support as well as immune support, and it can also help with anxiety and depression, and it's supposed to bring healing to your heart. And this has a lot of spiritual rituals associated with it, and it just brings really nice feelings. I actually have some of this growing on the homestead. Very easy to grow. And while we're over here, I'm going to show you this pokeweed. This is pokeweed. As you can see, the berries are starting to get really dark, and this is poisonous. You don't want to eat it. You want to wear gloves when you touch the berries, and I plan on using some pokeweed soon to dye some fabric. So it's going to be pretty exciting. Wow, look at this butterfly we just found. Isn't that so cool? I bet she's going to be just gorgeous. Okay, so we found this mushroom. These mushrooms. This is pretty cool. This is chicken mushroom, or chicken of the woods. And be careful, it can cause digestive problems. And when harvesting, you want to harvest off the edges. And I would actually suggest that there's a smaller one up here. You would harvest pieces off of this smaller one first, since it's going to be more of a delicacy. And then the back part here can get a little tough. So a lot of times when it's harvested, it's just harvested along the edges. But this is a delicacy, and pretty excited to have found this, foraging in the woods. Okay, so this is a hickory tree. My personal guesstimation is 200 to 300 years old. It's huge. It's very big around. And that's how years are measured in the girth of the tree. And so anyway, I have these hickories. I have been picking these up for a while. Didn't quite know what they were. Had been picking them up as green. They turn brown. This is the inner shell that's inside of this. And so as this turns brown, it'll shell itself, and then you will have this, and inside is the nut. And so this is one of the highest calorie nuts you can have. So I'm still learning, but it's pretty interesting. Okay, so there's a lot of wild roses back here, and I've been keeping my eye open for rose hips. And they're here, and they're reaching for the sun. And they're not ripe yet, they're still green. You can see them poking their heads out. There's some here on this one that's starting to turn. It'll be like a dark pink or like a red, and they're really high in vitamin C. And I can't wait to come back and get some of these, because there sure is a lot here. I'm collecting some of these pine cones, and I'm going to ethically harvest some pine pitch from some pine trees out here, which is basically the sap, and smear it in here, and then maybe you can even put some pine needles on the outside, and you could even maybe put a little paint on it and give her a little color if you wanted, and this will make a really good fire starter. Beware, pine pitch, once you touch it, it's hard to get it off. Okay, so here's the pine pitch. This is a wound on the tree, so you don't want to take too much. Just grab a little bit, like that. Get it in the jar, and then find another tree. 10%. Only harvest the 10%. This is really cool. This is a burl. I call it a burl. It's called a burl. Sometimes it's called a burr. Bugs are really bad right here. We're by a swamp. This is an oak tree, and this is a burr, and this is worth some money. We wouldn't want to tell you where this was at. We don't want anyone cutting this down. I want to see it staying just like this, but this is worth some money. This is a tree abnormality, and It's really cool. Okay, so this is heal all or self-heal, and this has a little bit of flowers left here, but I'm going to bring you over here and show you what it looks like when the flowers have fallen off. So self-heal and heal all, and this is used for inflammatory bowel disease, diarrhea, things like that. It's been used for quite a long time. So this is yarrow. You can see there's a little bit of white flowering left. There's a lot of yarrow in this area. If we actually go over here, you can see yarrow popping up. So this is a summer and fall medicinal herb that grows, and it can help for fever and diarrhea, loss of appetite. Also, you can chew the leaf if you have a toothache. So this is plantain, and it has a lot of vitamins in it. So it's edible. This is the long leaf plantain. There's other size leaves, but if you're ever out here and you get stung by a bee or bit by a really bad spider, you can tear this leaf off, chew it up, and then kind of make like a poultice and put it right on that sting, and it'll help right away. Okay, so this is the long plantain that I showed you last time, and all surrounded by abundance is the shorter plantain, and it also has the same uses. It seeds like crazy. It's come from another country when we had settlers here in the USA, and it's just spread across the whole United States. It's known as a very invasive weed, but it has a lot of uses. And so over here, we're gonna go to mullein. And this is nature's toilet paper. It's really soft to the touch, these leaves. They're very velvety. I did read somewhere that it can give you a rash. I've never used it as toilet paper, but if I really needed some, I probably would. These are the flowers. It doesn't look like they have quite bloomed yet. They are yellow, and it's not getting a lot of sun where this is at, but these will still dry and give off seeds and spread. This is made with an essential oil and is put in with garlic and used for ear infections. This is sassafras. This is a sassafras tree, and if you dig the root out and dry the root, this can be used for to make a tea for urinary tract disorders and high blood pressure, but the FDA has said that it has high carcinogens. I would not recommend it anymore as it's known to cause cancer. Okay, this is goldenrod. This has a lot of uses. It can be used to reduce pain and swelling, and it's also a diuretic, and it can increase your urine flow. It's beautiful. Okay, all, we're back at our urban homestead, so you might hear a few urban noises in the background. Today's walk was just wonderful. I've got a whole bag of pine cones. This is the pitch that we got today, just a little bit. Like I said, didn't want to take more than 10%, but I'm gonna do another video on melting this down and cleaning this up. This is the pitch that we have been collecting previously, so I'll combine these and add these together. And then of course I wanted to show you everything we got. So we've got this chicken fiddle, or the chicken mushroom. We've got a few pieces of that over here. Pretty excited to give that a try. I have never tried that. I've got the seeds from the yellow dock, and then I've got the goldenrod. This can get dried. This can get used to make I can make a little bit of a tincture, or we can dry it and make a tea. This spreads through seed, so I could dry it and use the seeds, or this also spreads through the ground. It's really invasive, so if I did decide to plant this, I would need to keep a close eye. It's kind of like mint, grows under the ground. We have this. This is the self-heal, the heal all. I found one red clover. I have other red clovers, so I'm going to dry this and add that to the pile. And then we found an array of feathers. It's been great. 3 blue jay feathers. Unknown. maybe geese and duck, hawk. Really cool variety of feathers we got going on here. So it's been a really exciting day. That's what I wanted to show you. And thanks for joining us on our walk. Stay handy, friends. Don't forget, if you like what you see, hit that subscribe button and give us a thumbs up if you like. Also, feel free to email us at haleyshandyhomestead@gmail.com and follow us on Instagram at Haley's Handy Homestead. Stay handy.